G'day. I'm just going to have a quick chat about scheduling just-in-time, real-time job scheduling. So real-time job scheduling is all about what's happening today, where are my team, where do they need to be, what jobs are they working on, what's the status of the work, basically what's going on right now. And then sometimes I have tasks like batch activities where something happened last week and I want to follow it up on. So I might have work which was done last week and I want to know if the status of that work. So we have a follow-up report which is good for picking up things like, did I get that quote out? What's the status of the work the guys did last week? Have I taken every job they've completed and invoiced it? Is everything which wasn't complete followed up on an action? So that's stuff which sort of falls into the batch queue, and that's the stuff which suffers from the problem of things getting missed and lost. And that's really frustrating because you've done 90% of the work, you've gone out, you've done the quote, you've paid to drive there, you've paid to drive home, you've paid to spend your time doing the quote, you've paid for your expertise to solve the problem, you've paid to write the quote up, you've paid to send the quote out, and then from a lack of 2 or 3 follow-ups, which would have closed that quote for you, or, you know, an extra quote out of 3 quotes for you, you don't close the deal. And the organization side of things and keeping track of that information is tricky. So in FieldInsight, we have this follow-up report which just lets you filter by your different job statuses and select your different time ranges and all that sort of stuff. And then we show you when that activity was booked to be done and what status it's in. So it's really good for going back and saying, did I miss something? So that's this batch job activity we do. And the other one is obviously real-time scheduling, and that's much more obvious. And you go in there and you just say, hey, what's happening in the schedule today? Or you say, hey, look, I want to see what's happening for the week. Where are my team? What's happening on a given day? I want to schedule for next week, so let me have a sticky beak ahead. I've got a pretty boring schedule here because it's just a demo account, but this gives me an activity of what's happening now. So we sort of call that just-in-time or real-time job management and scheduling. And then what we call batch, which is I've got stuff which I've got to take care of over time, is what we look at. A follow-up report where I can see things which here are color-coded by when they're due. So at a glance, I can say all these things should have been actioned because they're bloody 3 weeks to 10 weeks old. Or 8 weeks old, so why are they still in this status? Someone hasn't cleaned up the process. So, you know, software automation is all about process protection and making sure your processes get executed and making sure nothing gets missed. Anyway, that's it. Thanks heaps. Love you guys. You know, keep kicking ass with your businesses. Keep pushing for automation. Keep pushing the boundaries in your business. Yeah, it's a long road business. It's hard. It's not easy. I was talking to a friend today and he said that if you look at the people who really knock it out of the park, they've been doing their businesses for 20, 30 years. So those, you know, look at those millionaires who are super successful. They don't knock it out in a year or 2 years. It's years and years and years of hard slog, mistakes, lessons. So yeah, just keep slogging on. Good work, everyone. If you like this, click like.